Hey guys, my name's CaptainShack. Join with me is MD Shizzy, and this is TG10, Top 10 Most Immersive RPGs. Pokemon. I had to add this one to the list. At 11 years old, Pokemon was like cocaine to me. I played this game so much. Fantastic.
Everybody played this game.
Pokemon was just, it was the thing.
Oh yeah.
Everybody had it. Everybody was trading the cards. Everybody was playing the Game Boy game.
I got in trouble all the time at school because I constantly had the Game Boy in there.
With its like 6 giant batteries in the back of it.
Yes.
Brick.
Tagline 1, gotta catch them all. And the second I saw that, challenge accepted.
Pokemon Red and Blue are the ones I'm talking about.
Yes,
starting
the
out with Charizard and then just like running over and fighting the first gym leader. What was it, Brock?
Brock. Throws out the Geodude. Geodude.
I was so excited for this game, and that's why it had to be one of my most immersive games, because I wanted to train up my Pokemon, I wanted to beat all the gym leaders, and I wanted to catch every single one of them.
And you lost several brain cells to the time you put into it.
More than likely.
This was a game I absolutely adored as a kid. I spent way too many hours playing this old Super Nintendo game. Classic Japanese RPG. The story, the setting, the world, it all just draws you in and pulls you into this amazing storyline. And best of all, you turn into a giant dragon. Who doesn't want to do that?
Revered by critics and beloved by fans.
Number 8 had to be, this had to go on the list somewhere, and it was really hard to place this one. Final Fantasy VII.
Wait, 7? I thought we were doing 3.
No, we're doing 7, man.
But 3, you start out in this amazing resistance group trying to take down an evil empire.
You start off as a resistance group in 7 trying to take down an evil empire, and it was epic.
You're taking down a
Cloud.
corporation.
A corporation. Well, come on. 7, you had Cloud, the Buster Sword, Sephiroth.
3, midway through the game, the world ends. How much more epic do you want?
They're coming. Tonight, we have vengeance.
Number 7, Dragon Age. Alright, I know a lot of people were let down with 2. I wasn't overly thrilled, but Dragon Age 1, Dragon Age Origins, absolutely amazing. From the get-go, you get to not only choose what class you're gonna be, you get to choose your race, and based on this decision, changes the entire opening of the game.
Oh yeah, as my human, they killed my family as a human nobleman. I was a knight, I was the Lord's son, and they murdered my family. It was a great start to one of those epic stories.
I made a dwarf. Dwarf knight guy starts out, he's royalty. It all kind of goes downhill from there, just like most of this game. It goes from bad to worse until you end up hero of the day.
Hopefully Dragon Age 3 will be something we can all really look forward to and kind of make up for what 2 was lacking.
I'm really excited about 3 for what I've seen from it so far.
The Diablo franchise. Now, I wanted to put the whole franchise on here, but I really wanted to pick one game for immersion that really drew me into the story, drew me into the world. And I started out saying, oh, that's easy, Diablo 2. But when you really think about it, Diablo 1. Diablo 1 started the setting. It was dark, it was creepy. You start off in Tristram, walking through the city, talking to all the people and all the horrific things that have been happening. Then you finally head up to the cathedral with the guy dying on the field, and then you go inside, and there is nothing more atmospheric than the inside of that cathedral. It was creepy, and yet awesome.
This is an absolutely amazing game that just draws you in at every turn of the way. The one thing I can say that really sums up my experience with the game as a whole is wherever Minx goes, Boo shall follow.
Make way, evil!
I'm armed to the teeth and pecking a hamster! Go for the eyes, Boo! Go for the eyes! Yeah!
Oh, God. Really? That's the one line you remember from that game?
That was like the best line ever. The man has a gerbil he talks to.
And yeah, just wherever he hit the thing. Anyways, that game was fantastic. It had a great story. It was epic, traveling around the world. You start out as prisoners, like a lot of great RPGs.
Always a good start.
Always a good start. And then you have all your companions there from Baldur's Gate 1. Or you've got your players, your other friends there, if they've joined your game. They're also in the cells being tortured by this guy. You don't even know who he is at the beginning. One of the best RPGs.
Eyes from their sockets!
I shall attend to it in
Walking
a trice.
alone in the Coastway Road. How smart is this?
Mass Effect. Now this was a hard one because this was a big toss-up between Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect 3. Now say what you will about the ending, 3 is a tremendous ride. The opening scenes start with the Reapers coming to Earth and just laying waste. You get this epic orchestrated score. You're following this kid and other refugees trying to get them to safety throughout the beginning, just to watch the ship get blown up with the poor kid on it.
Yeah, Mass Effect 3 has got that constant feeling of dread. You know, while you're playing the game, Earth is being just wiped out. It's being ravaged by the Reapers, while you're trying to marshal the forces to take the fight to them. And that makes it extremely immersive when you know that you just rescued a bunch of Turian soldiers, which are now going to be used on the front lines, or you rescued a bunch of weapons that you're going to use against them. And that was one of the coolest mechanics they sadly didn't really take advantage of. But that still makes Mass Effect 3 our pick for number 4.
Reserve your family spot in a state-of-the-art underground vault today. Sign up now and prepare for the future.
How could you not have a list of the most immersive RPGs without the Fallout franchise? But to pick one Fallout game out of the franchise to put on the list, probably one of the most difficult choices I've faced on this list so far. Fallout 1 or Fallout 3 is what I boiled it down to. And I love all the Fallout games. If you guys followed my content on TGN, you know I've got a 12-part series of Fallout history and lore where we look at the history and lore of all the Fallout games, inside and outside the game. But I had to choose Fallout 3. Just for the simple fact that I get to experience the world from a first-person perspective, that I can finally look out at the wasteland. That makes it my number 3 choice.
How can you not make the argument for which is better, Fallout or Elder Scrolls?
I still think Fallout should have been number 2.
Mad Max in your face.
But the Elder Scrolls is one of the most immersive games, especially if you're playing on PC with the modding community backing you up. It is one of the most immersive games out there. Now, which one do you choose, though?
That is a real difficult question, because on the one hand, you have Morrowind. Just the land of Morrowind is so just strange and alien and out there, with gigantic mushroom trees.
It really is one of the best, you're the foreigner in a foreign land, in exploring this new land. And it really was a new land. Everything was just different, slightly different and strange. And I love Skyrim. I would have to say that would be my next choice.
For me, Skyrim was huge because just the absolute feel of being the barbarian out there in the tundra.
Oh, I have to go with, for this one, we had to go with Morrowind, though. Morrowind had the most unique setting.
You really don't
And it had a
get more
story that
unique.
kind of pulled you in. Our #1 pick for most immersive RPG of all time was Knights of the Old Republic. Probably one of the best RPGs of all time. This was the only one that we didn't actually argue about.
No, you cannot argue about this. If you argue about this being the top most immersive RPG ever, then you make me sad and I no longer wish to speak to you.
You're so wrapped up in it, and the story has such a, well, if everybody knows, the most amazing twist in it. If you hadn't called it early, I personally didn't. I thought it was fantastic.
Not at all. Completely blew my mind.
Knights of the Republic was our top one. It had the story, it had the gameplay.
It had being Karth blocked.
Yeah, it did have that.
Damn Karth.
It had an epic story.
It's Star Wars, come on. You know it's got story. Not talking about the prequels.
And that's why it made our #1 spot. Knights of the Old Republic 1. Alright guys, well that wraps up this TG10, top 10 most immersive RPGs. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to TG for more gaming goodness, or head on over to our channel, TheXPGamers, for more modding goodness. And as always, thanks for watching. I will see you guys next time.